How y'all doing out there tonight? Yeah! 15 days to go. Doesn't it feel good? We're going to be making a big change here. Like I said, my name is Russ Belville. I'm on XM Satellite every Saturday, noon to 2 on the America Left Channel 167, as well as rebroadcast right here locally on Portland's progressive talk station, AM 620 KPOJ. But most of all, tonight, I'm just a 40-year-old guy who loves this country, and for the first time in my life, to paraphrase Michelle Obama, I am proud to finally have someone to vote for instead of having to vote against someone.
Yeah.
My fellow Obamatrons, that's what they call us, right? When this whole Barack Obama phenomenon was starting, they called us Obamatrons, like we were crazed, like we had some sort of weird mental disorder that made us hope and dream that our country could be something better than what it is today. But I'm not afraid to have the audacity of hope. I am not afraid to say, yes, we can make a change for this country finally. Are you with me? 40 years. 40 years there's been a cloud over the politics in this country. For my entire life, 40 years, hope has been like the sun shining up above that layer of clouds. Every now and then a little bit of a break, but for the most part, we've been sitting in a gray, dingy politics. Politics by the soundbite and by the swift boat. Elections by the hanging chad and the D-volt machine. And our discussions poisoned by the lunatic fringe and the right-wing radio. But now the light is finally starting to break through. We saw a little bit of a shimmer of it in Iowa at the caucuses when a hardly known senator named Barack Obama stunned everyone by winning those Iowa caucuses. We saw more of that sunlight break through right here in beautiful Portland, Oregon, with 75,000 of us turned out on a sunny day to proclaim and believe that we can make a change and that hope can be here. And the sunlight came cascading through when millions of people saw Barack Obama on the 45th anniversary of Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech to say once again, yes, we can. And the bright sunlight will shine through when Barack Obama is elected our 44th president of these United States.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, I'm a 40-year-old man. I was born in 1968. I was born on the actual day of the beginning of the 10th offensive in the Vietnam War. When I was 2 months old, Martin Luther King was assassinated in Memphis. When I was 4 months old, Robert F. Kennedy also met a bullet that was destined for him. And at 6 months old in Chicago, the riots were going on during the Democratic Convention. So a lot of hope died in the year that I was born. And then from that point on, also, there was some glimmers of hope. Just like today, even though we live in dangerous and desperate times, there were glimmers of hope. LBJ was signing the Fair Housing Act, and the Apollo program was putting men into space from America, and well, Elvis had his comeback special. I think my dad slipped that one in there, sorry. But as a 40-year-old man, my political background, my political knowledge, and what I grew up with has always been under these dark clouds, this cloudy shade of gray. My first memory of politics, I can still remember coming up and having to ask my dad when I was about 5 years old, Daddy, what's a crook? Because there was the president on TV telling me he's not one. I didn't know what crook meant. That's my first political memory. I remember in '76 trying to figure out which one of the presidents I would be interested in. I'm about 6 or 7 years old. Who would be more interesting? The guy that Chevy Chase plays or the guy that Dan Aykroyd plays? So the early memories are a little fuzzy still, but by 1980, I'm 12 years old, and I'm starting to get an idea of what's going on with politics. And this was that first time when I had that situation of having to vote against somebody, that Ronald Reagan that I was researching and learning so much about. I had to vote against Ronald Reagan, and that didn't work. In 1984, I'm 16 years old. I'm getting more engaged with the political process. And once again, no, let's not vote for Reagan, vote against Reagan. And of course, that didn't work out for me either. But by 1988, I'm 20 years old. Now I can vote. Now I can do something about it. Now I can get involved with the Democrats and support Mike Dukakis. Okay, all right. Well, still, he's a good man, and I'll be brave and just tough it out and soldier my way through. By 92, I get Bill Clinton, finally somebody I can believe in Well, I get it. Anyway, but I can get behind him. But then after getting behind him and getting my hope up, I get NAFTA and Don't Ask, Don't Tell, the Defense of Marriage Act, and an increase in the drug war. So I was a little disillusioned. By 96, it was a choice of Clinton or Dole, and, well, I had to go with Clinton on that one. By 2000, it was Al Gore, and once again, my hope is built, and I can believe in our process, and we can elect a good man, and then people voted for the guy, and he doesn't get to win. And once again, my hope was shattered a little bit when the Supreme Court... I know he won anyway. I voted for him, and they didn't give us the election, the results that we voted for, and that needs to change. In 2004, John Kerry, once again, a good man that we all supported, but they didn't fight for those votes in Ohio, and they let those people stand out there 9 hours in the rain in those voting machines. So now, in 2008, again, as a 40-year-old man, I finally feel like finally we can vote for someone and not against someone, and we can elect Barack Obama, the President of the United States.